Your studio is more than a decade old, and I understand you also have received state government awards for the best VFX, and you worked on both animated and VFX content. So, could you briefly share what shaped DigiBricks as a creative studio and how the evolution, the journey of your studio, and being in the last 10 years in this segment, how your journey reflects in Kerala's visual effects ecosystem?
Hello guys. So myself Jitin, I'm one among the directors of DigiBricks Entertainment Private Limited. And DigiBricks is one of the pioneer VFX studio in Kerala actually. So earlier times, if you are seeing like early 2010s, all the VFX works in Kerala, in Malayalam movies were going to Chennai, Hyderabad and Mumbai. There weren't any VFX studios in Kerala. So in 2012 and all, we were one of the pioneer studio. Like we started in Cochin, and this brand we renovated in 2014. So over 12 plus years of experience in the industry. So we know the entire growth, how it was like the early times and what is it today. So on these 12 years, we already completed over 120 movies, feature films, mainly in Malayalam, and apart from Malayalam, Tamil, Hindi, Kannada, Telugu, and Marathi as well. And even though our core sector is VFX in feature films, we do work on 2D, 3D works, as well as augmented reality and virtual reality projects also. So what we believe is like earlier times when we began here, like the main challenge was the creators and directors weren't so much convinced to give us the works because they want to rely on the established big fish studios, which were in like Hyderabad and Chennai mainly. So it was hard initial times so to build up an ecosystem in Kerala. But eventually I would say what we show on our works, the quality we show on works, eventually bring you the works 100%. So that's how we grown and we are like what we are today. So for the proof of what our quality is, we received the best VFX, I mean the Kerala State Film Award for the best visual effects twice. Initially in 2020 for the movie called Love, which was the inaugural year where the best VFX category was involved in the Kerala Film Award sections. And also we won our second award in 2022 for the movie called Vazhakku. So this is the basic profile of our studio, and I think on today's date, like the ecosystem is very much changed from the last decade actually. At one stage, all of the Malayalam movies were going out of state for their works to be done, and today I can say more of the outside works are coming into Kerala. So that's where we are today.
Thank you, Jidin. Next is question goes to Vishal, Tom, Philip. Vishal, we have to limit that reel in 2 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
So
can you please play the binary circle story?
But for 2 minutes, it'll be ideal. It's lengthy, I know.
More footage there, but unfortunately, I'll cut it down. So, just to give an introduction about Binary Circus, I'm one of the co-founders of Binary Circus. We are like almost a 4-year-old company, but I've been in the industry for almost close to 20 years. I started as a freelancer, and then previously I had another company where I was just a proprietor, and I had very few employees. We were doing a lot of commercials and all. And then 4 years back, we started a private limited company. The reason why we started as a private limited company with the bigger staff and all is because we saw the opportunity in the growth that was happening all around in Kerala, in the South industry, as well as all over India in terms of visual effects. I think VFX and animation is a very much emerging field in our country. It's a very promising sector. Why? Because first of all, we have a lot of talented artists available throughout our country, and we have a lot of foreign productions coming in India to work on feature film and animation and like I mean, whatever is related in AVGXR, we have a lot of companies coming to India to do work. So I think due to that as well, the people here has a more exposure towards high quality, international quality work. So I think it was the right time to start a company because we get artists who can produce international quality VFX and animation output. And we could see the growth happening. Like I think everybody can see as well. Like nowadays we have films which use a lot of visual effects and animation, and stories are coming up in which the use of visual effects is very much prominent. So I think VFX, animation, even AVG, XR, other sectors also is a very promising sector for our state and our country as well. So that's a brief.
Jidin was mentioning that now the other language movie producers or directors are trusting our talent, and we are getting works from outside Kerala. There was a time we shoot here in Kerala and the Kerala directors pack it to Hyderabad, Mumbai, and get the post-production done. I think you worked on Kantara also, right?
Yes.
So the recently released, yeah. So that shows the trust across the country. That shows trust from our studios in Kerala. I think that's a different. There was no time. Earlier it was not. It was happening other way around. But today studios and producers are showing trust on our studios, right?
Yes. I think the studios and the creative people in Kerala has not just VFX in terms of film industry as well has shown what we are capable of, that we can deliver very high quality projects creatively and technically as well. So especially during the COVID lockdown, I think we got a lot of attention due to the availability of OTT platforms and our films coming out. For that reason, I think like you said, people are approaching us to do projects because they know that we can deliver high quality stuff. And with the current scenario where especially the good thing about Kerala is the talent pool in Kerala is amazing. Like I think it's something that we have culturally rooted. Yes, I think we have that aesthetic towards art which is engraved in us is what I think. So the artists that come from Kerala has something special is what I think. So especially if you go to even a studio in Bombay or Hyderabad or Chennai also, you can always find a Malayali there who's on the top of the ranks. So Kerala really has an amazing talent pool, especially in animation and VFX. So I think that is one of the reasons why more people are coming towards us to do projects.
And I think we couldn't play your full reel because of time constraint. But I think you have worked on advertisements also.
Yeah. I started out with advertisements, so I worked on brands,
international advertisements
brands as well. So like that's how I got into film only. Why? Because at the later stage only we started using more VFX in films, because now we can see it's everywhere. Previously the directors were afraid to use VFX. Why? Because it's very complicated or it was beyond their understanding. But I think nowadays everybody is eager to experiment with those.
Yeah, thank you. So next we will go to Sanjay. Maybe I will have to sit a little back. Sanjay represents film CGI. We were talking about the Kerala talent and the trust the producers and directors showing on Kerala talent. Sanjay representing film CGI is a very different case, where a studio from Pune came all the way to Kerala, invested in Kerala, and 100-seat near to 100-seat facility in a town called Thrissur. Reason was Sanjay. Sanjay is the creative head for film CGI, and they work primarily on Bollywood and Netflix OTT web series. So Sanjay, film CGI operates across CG animation, VFX. When I came to your studio, you said, no, it's not just VFX. We also work on a lot of 3D content. And you have a very different approach. You call it quad. So it's little technical, but I would like you to explain what is a quad approach and what drove the creation of this integrated model. How has it influenced your studio's growth and creative collaborations? And you can also mention some of your movies which is currently running in theaters.
Yes. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone. And So film CGI, we just were more restricted to Pune in early times, and then now during the COVID times, that's when um, we planned to start up a studio in Kerala where we could give the artists the freedom to work from their hometown. Because like Vishal said, yes, we have a lot of talent from Kerala in, across all the, I won't say VFX, it's an animation made, be in 2D animation, 3D animation. We have all Mallus working there. So even I was one of them. I used to work in Pune and Bombay. So I came back. I had to settle back down in Kerala. So that's when I could pull in a lot of talent who were ready to work from Kerala, right? So that was one of the major things when my managing directors were open to opening a studio in Kerala and said, yes, we'll start up a. And fortunately, at that time, we had a big time VFX. Show which had commissioned. It's called Jubilee. It's an Amazon show, which was an 8-episoder a series which happened. So where we had to create a 1950s Mumbai, because that was showing as the early times of Bollywood when all the Kapoors and everyone came in from Pakistan, everywhere, and then they set up their base in Bollywood and how the Bollywood industry grew. So yes, sir. About the quad approach, what I was saying is, this is VFX is not like one department show. It is something we have to start from the script stage. That's how film CGI would like to work. We get involved from the script stage of any movie. The DOP, the director, the production designer, and the VFX director. All four go hand in hand in planning any stage of the movie, because finally it comes down to the budget. There might be a big time plan to do a movie and the budget might not be sufficient for that. So that's where we step in and we can help out the directors, DOPs, say, so what are you planning? How are we doing? We create miniatures. We create previs, how they can plan out action sequences where we can easily run through cameras using our recent technologies of Unreal. Depending, software doesn't matter. It's about showing the DOP and the director before they go on the floor for the shoot. We show them what is the possibility there. So it's not only a previs, it's actually a tech viz using how we can utilize the cameras or drones or cameras, their cranes, however, the technology, what is the best possible approach to do that in a limited time and budget. That's where most of the short footage, when we come to the studio, we have a problem where, yeah, this was shot in a certain way and we have to spend so much time and money to get that in a good output. If that is planned from the script stage, I think the budgets can be controlled much better, and then it can be a much refined way of output. So that's where the COD 4 people member team comes in handy there. I think that's it's not a reel. It's the recent movie Jigra which we had made. That's one of the reasons one we had actually worked in this squad approach where we were a part of the show from the script stage. So the director Vasan Bala sir was a very good friend of ours where he used to make us sit with him and plan out the sequences. Can you please play the reel? Yeah, that's.
I got the fire. I got the fire. I got the fire.
So this was one of that major examples where the whole truck sequence where the blast happens, going out on the floor and just shooting something which randomly comes out and they had to put it out on the edit table was not a good idea. So we had done the whole previs where we had explored all the camera angles, what we can work out. We presented it to the director and he had locked the previs. I could also show the previs, but it's gonna take more time. It was exactly as it is in the output in the movie, how you see. So they had locked each and every camera angles. Since there was a lot of fire, water, everything involved, the actor's safety, all those are a concern. So we should be planning in advance so that in the final post-production stages, we don't come in with all these challenges where we're saying, no, this is not possible. The actor won't go into the water. There cannot be a fire in the set. All these things. I mean, a lot of logistics when a production designer comes in there. So that's the core approach I was talking about, yes.
You want to add something on your recent project?
Yeah, the recent movie, yes. Hope, I don't know if you guys have seen, we have just delivered around more than 50 plus minutes of the movie Durandar. So yes, waiting for the second part of it.
Making a lot of money. I think
yes, the producers are.
Yeah, I think it has crossed 200 crores.
Around 50, it crossed 200 crores, but let's see.
So these are the people with me on the stage who are invisibly helping the creative sector, especially media entertainment, to make crores of revenue to the, not only producers, it have an impact on GDP. The prediction says that 10% of our GDP is going to come from creative economy. So, but their efforts are invisible. Only these occasions they become, and very recently I've seen many of the radio, FM radios and other television studios are coming out and covering our studios. That's a good trend. Now people are curious to know who is doing all those things. Now coming to Azeem. Azeem is a pretty trending these days in YouTube and all with this coverage of his works in YouTube and various television channels. Azeem, I think you celebrated 10th or 11th anniversary very recently.
Yeah, 11th.
Eunoians. Now I said, right? Eunoians. I normally misspell it. Eunoians, I will normally say it's fueled by passion. A group of people, whenever I go there, the efforts, and all of them are very passionate, but I specifically feel, because they work in a very different way, 2D. Their main art is 2D. So you have stand out with movies like Bramayugam and Lokah. Lokah made you more famous. So this is my question, because we have discussed many aspects of the industry. How has your studio's creative philosophy evolved in this last 11 years journey? And what distinguishes your approach to motion storytelling? Because I know the directors quickly decide that, okay, we'll go with this guy. I think you briefed me like that. And even for Lokah, chapter 2 also, they came to you. Just in a few days, you delivered the teaser. And can you tell me about how you are distinguishing your approach in motion storytelling? Can you? What is so special about Eunoians?
Thank you, Philip sir. Thank you all. My name is Azeem. I am the co-founder of Eunoians Studio. We have been in this industry for the last 11 years. We started our project as a first project was for Server Shiksha Abhiyan, an e-learning project. After that, over the years, we have done so many projects, different category of works like explainer videos, animated stickers, and animated ads, small short films, and last couple of years, we have worked on movies that made us more popular among the audience. I would like to play that shortly. It will tell more about us. Eunoians. Audio, please.
Part of the charm. Memorable, unheard of, beautiful. Just like Eunoia. Beautiful thinking is what that means, by the way, because that's what we bring to every project. We are not just animators, we are storytellers, artists, pioneers. We nurture relationships, and animation is our love language. Our work is intricate, fluid, whimsical, kinetic, minimalistic, surreal. We explore the realms of imagination. എന്ന് വെച്ചാ എല്ലാം അടിപൊളി. signature logo films that define brands, explainer videos that make complex ideas simple, public awareness campaigns that really make a difference. We love what we do and it shows. But that's not all we're about. We make sure your brand lands just right. It's not just about making it look beautiful, it's about making it matter. And whether it's this, that, next, or the rest, everything we do starts with beautiful thinking.
I think it covers most of the philosophy that we bring beautiful thinking. We start with beautiful thinking, and we try to bring emotions, even though it's motion graphics, 2D animation. We have done a little bit of VFX also for the movies like Suruli. So in every project we do, we will try to emphasize on emotions to connect with the audience. That's the philosophy.
So planning for any IPs with the 10 years of experience?
Yeah, of course. We are currently working with some directors and scriptwriters on short films to start with, but eventually we dream big. We wish to work on features and all.
Yeah, thank you. You want to play the reel? You have one more reel, right? Are you going to play that next round?
I have shared only this one.
Okay, fine. Okay. So, Jidin, next round is going to be more of tech, because this is a stage for emerging tech. That's how the organizers have mentioned it. So we have to, but I don't know how all of you will connect with this tech questions. But you can raise the hand if it's getting bored, because I know all of us have to go for lunch. It's lunch time, so please be open to say. It's only very small audience. Jidin, I'll start with you. Given your team's work on large-scale films, maybe film names, I'm not sure. Bramayugam, Tallumala, Android, Kunyapan. How are emerging technologies like AR, VR, real-time engines, and AI being integrated into traditional VFX and animation workflows? What has had the biggest impact on both efficiency and creativity?
Okay, sir. So, like I said earlier, it was like before, like the last decade, the VFX was considered as just a post-production work. But now, like Sanjay brother said, now we involve with the creative team from the pre-production stage, because when they are planning a shoot, when director, cinematographer, and everybody, and we will be an integral part now, like to choose what to do, to fix how we are going to make that scene, everything. So that itself is a change. And talking about the technological assist or technological advancement, what happened today, obviously we do have the use of the real-time engines, Unreal and Unity and all, so which helps on this particular pre-visualization, what I'm saying about, so which give them, the directors an idea at real time. Earlier it was like they have to shoot, for example, to understand that common people, for their understanding I'm saying, earlier it was like they have to shoot a thing, they have to pass it to the VFX team, we have to work it, we have to spend a number of hours on that, and we have to show that to the director. Then only he will get an idea that whether it's coming what he is planning in his mind or not. Or when you have to rechange it, you have to redo it. It's a hell of a lot of work, and a lot of time is wasted on that. But earlier there wasn't any option. But currently we do have real-time engine, so a director or a creator can experience exactly what is in his mind at real time. So that itself is a big thing, I would say. And another thing is the advancement of AI. Obviously, every sector is like, AI is covering up, and obviously in visual effects also, AI plays a crucial role in that. So apart from the tools, obviously there are a number of AI tools are like, just getting all the day, month by month updating. So apart from tools, like we can plan things much more easier, or we can just implement these kind of AI advancement into these things so that the process, the time taking process will be, just we can cut it out. And also that indirectly affects the budget also, because when we are using the manpower, obviously that directly affects the budgeting as well. As we are, especially the Kerala industry is like, the budget wise, it is the lowest industry compared to Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad. So we have that money, budget restrictions always from 2010s till now we have that budget restrictions. So by standing inside that restrictions to pull off some excellent work, obviously we do have to, rely on the support of the advancement like whatever AI or the real-time engine. So multiple projects we also like relied on like real-time engine, like I said mentioned in Bramayugam, or in like Thallumala there is a fight sequence in a theater. So that also like we planned in real-time engine Unreal. So yeah, these are the basics, sir.
Yeah, Vishal. Yeah, again it's on tech side. Your studio's process covers everything from CG environments, creature creation, simulations, and complex composites. With the rapid adoption of tools like Unreal and AI-based workflows in the industry, how do you see these technologies reshaping visual storytelling, not just in spectacle, but in narrative expression?
I think even though AI and this Unreal, like real-time engines are coming up, the core thing is still the same. Like where you tell a story to a person or you convey an idea, it will be always the same. It's just how tech has changed. So like we know, like maybe 20 years back, the computers were so slow. You want to render something, it will take ages. So what you see now is an advancement of that technology only. So this technology will keep on evolving. Maybe at a point we'll have probably real-time and AI combine and give us something else. So the creative storytelling part will always remain the same. So I think even if AI is coming up, in my opinion, AI is only helping us to be more efficient in our workflow, rather than replacing the storytelling part. The storytelling still has that human touch there. AI is something that probably if there was a technical aspect which takes 2 days to do, AI would probably help us pull it off in a day. So with machine learning, it helps us to reduce the time spent on tasks. So that is I think that's a good sign, because like Jithin said, the budget is spent on the man hours which are spent doing a specific job. So when that man hours or man days are cut down with the use of AI, it will definitely help the budget to be put in a better place. Okay. And of course, real time is something that has been there in the VFX industry for some time. Why? Because apart from Unreal, there's other render engines like V-Ray, Arnold, and all that render engines which we use. It already had GPU-based renderers. So it was something that we were used to doing, but Unreal is something which has given a different angle to it. I think it's a very good package, like Unreal or Unity. I think Unreal is more friendly to VFX, especially with as it being a whole package. There's a lot of sections which you can cover, like from previous till to FX. There's a lot of things which you can do in Unreal. I think it's still in an emerging phase, because when you do film work and all, you're working in 4K and 8K resolution. So to get that much of a quality, I think there's still a small gap, but I think eventually it will be covered.
Yeah, thank you. I think I come across the word GPU very often these days. I think we need a common facility. I think Sharath, Sai can, because there's a lot of discussion around GPU. So we have to propose that, because it's not individual companies cannot, when it's small startup, that could be one of the things. Because when I'm discussing with them yesterday and today also, the demand for GPU is coming up. I think that will only support whatever technology is there, they can run the smaller studios. And often there is a belief that creative people are highly creative and they work on application software, but that has changed a lot, and especially in last 5 years. Too much technology. Besides the psych venues, wherever I go, there are people from very diverse fields thinking about developing technology for the creative sector. I met somebody who has worked in Ernst & Young consulting, coming from a technology background, discussing with me on a production pipeline for the creative sector, how to, so that it can become more efficient, you can adapt. So a lot of technology attractions towards the creative sector. Maybe that's the reason KSM said we should be on this platform. So coming to Sanjay, yesterday we were talking about, I don't think Kerala have a virtual production studio yet. So we were discussing yesterday on virtual production. So Film CJ has also implemented cost-effective virtual production setups and supports filmmakers through tools such as Unreal and Blender. So we have not discussed virtual production till now. So I would like to listen from you. How do you see virtual production real-time workflows transforming traditional filmmaking pipelines, especially for complex sequences and ensemble storytelling? Yeah, I know virtual production, there are two opinions, but I would like to know your side of it.
When normally virtual production comes in, that comes in as like a bigger cost and all that. So we kind of, as Indians, we kind of found a jugaad, right, for a couple of our shows, which, trust me, we used a LED screen like this, just a bit more higher resolution. So to give you an idea, it's like, say for example, a car shots where people are traveling in a car. So there was a sequence in Jubilee which was like long. I think it was like 5 to 6 minutes or something. And looking at our director Vikramaditya Motwane, he is used to taking long shots. He doesn't cut. He doesn't say cut. So with all that, creating a set around it or using plates is gonna be too much technically challenging. So what we did was we went to Film City. We took a shed, I would say a set, which is empty set. We had a 10 by 10 LED screen like that, and the footage was played on that. We had a car in front of that, and car was just on a platform, a little bit elevated platform, and it could just roll. That's when the production designer, the DOP, everyone were like involved in how we can get that thing shot. The thing is, the background was not very important in that case, so that's why it's okay. It's going in a little bit of a blurry depth of field, so that was okay. But I would say when you're looking at the actual virtual production, like when you look at Mandalorian and all that, that is cutting edge, where we use actual Unreal cameras. It's real time. So when we did it, it was not real time. We did a previs. We had the director and DOP lock the cameras on the previs. Sir, this is going to be your camera. You cannot change it on the set and go say, no, I'm going to take a different angle. No, that doesn't work. Okay, so then we had to lock all the camera angles in there, and then we took it on an LED screen. Similar to that, I won't say same because this is a little bit lesser resolution, higher resolution of this, and we had a shot. Same thing we replicated couple of months back. The production is still going on for a Amazon series, which is having the same thing, around 6 to 8 minutes of car sequences where the plates were, it was created in Unreal so that we could render out from the locked cameras. So the director and DOP had to listen to us on the set and say, sir, you cannot change the cameras there. Yeah, so that's the virtual production, which is kind of more, I won't say it is as a virtual production, I would call it an LED shoot.
It will be very helpful when you have a limited date from a superstar
yes.
for a commercial shoot and all.
Yeah, that's the biggest challenge there. So fortunately, both these series were shot with normal actors, not superstars. Right. So once the star comes in, there is a lot of time constraints there. I don't know. I don't want to say that here. I don't know. Hope everyone knows about it. But yes, there is a lot of things attached to that in the set.
Okay, Azeem, it goes to you. Motion design plays a pivotal role in setting tone and visual identity for films and series. You work closely with the films on motion identity. As workflows increasingly incorporate real-time tools and generative technologies, how are you leveraging these tools to push narrative impact in the title animation and the motion sequences? I know നിങ്ങൾ ലോക്കയുടെ ഇതിൽ 349 ചാത്തന്മാരല്ലേ അല്ലേ 59. So you spend so much, you have to, and you have to deliver all this in short time. I think you already have some generative technology experts with your studio, even though you are passionate about doing with your hand, but you still have people incorporating. Can you explain more about that opportunity, how you are using these things for your craft?
Like Vishal rightly said, AI tools or new technology are not replacing the artists or animators or storytellers. It makes easy for us to do the creative process. We can do more volume in less time. We mostly use AI tool for repetitive jobs or not so artistic work like crowd animation or initial pre-production part, concept development and all. So always we are open to adapt to new technology, incorporate AI or any new supportive system to add in the pipeline of creative process, which will enhance our production, and a small studio like ours can think about creating more volume of work. Even small 30-50 member team can even think about a feature film. That's how we find it useful.
Anything else you want to add before we go to the audience? I think we are on time, right? So I know all of you are hungry. So any questions from the audience side? We can take few. Yeah, please. If you want, you can pass on the mic. Yeah. No, this can also. Yeah.
So a lot of what I heard here was process related things. So I come from an MBA background. Are you guys also thinking in the age of AI to build some products? Because Unreal, Unity, they are all mostly gaming related, which I think have been adopted. But are you also thinking in terms of products that you could create? Yeah.
Product in the sense, are you talking about an IP, creating an IP, or like a product which will help with filmmaking? Of course, like I think especially in India it's not that much, but outside if you go to a very big studio, they have an R&D team who does just software development or pipeline integration, or the workflow integration. So it does happen, but for that you need really good techie setup where you have a very hardcore dedicated R&D team who will develop tools exclusively for our pipeline. So the productions that we handle here doesn't exactly require such a pipeline, and thing is there's a cost to it because you are developing something internally. It will add the cost of that production, but we do develop very small pipeline tools which help us delivering shots internally, but I personally, we haven't used AI for it, but we do get the help, like we go to ChatGPT or Gemini to get some information or maybe some basic codes just to test it out. So it's not like full-fledged, but we do try something out, but not like a full-on product or anything like that.
I think we are more into VFX and animation, but from our AVGC community, here lot other companies who are mainly into product IP and all, like Banzan, Tilt Lab, XR Horizon, Bhushan's Junior. So most of them are here. So they are more into product-based process.
Yeah, actually, this industry is driven by, if you look at the government setup, Ministry of Information Broadcasting leads the whole industry. And recently we have started Indian Institute of Creative Technology in Mumbai, equivalent to IIT at a 400 crore budget. And it's not just another training college or educational institution, but the government has earmarked special funds for R&D for developing these kind of products, softwares, even IP for in that facility. The moment IICT was announced, all the techies like tech giants like NVIDIA, Microsoft, Google, Adobe all have signed a MOU to support such R&D. So if you're asking about specific products, for the first time in India, that is happening in Mumbai, and even Telangana government is also promoting that in there's special cell for that. They are also supporting it. Because we have also felt like we should also develop our own products rather than depending on the imported products.
The main thing is the reason why studios like us don't venture into that is like that's a more expensive process. It can be done not for one single studio. If a software or a pipeline, for example, ShotGrid, if it is taken, it's been used by studios all around the world. But even though we are looking, like Vishal said, Film CGI as such, we have made our own pipeline. It's called Rudra and Shiva, which drives the 2D and 3D pipeline processes made from scratch from Film CGI. But that has limitations. You cannot never compare that with a ShotGrid or any other F-Track or something like that. So whatever drives the process and it can work out in our budget, yes, we do develop, we do have tech teams inside, but the limitations are there which developments are restricted on that. Yeah. Hope that answers.
Any other questions? Yeah, sir.
What would be your advice for youngsters who are aspiring to come to this industry? What kind of training mechanisms are available? What kind of coaching is available? Any thoughts on that?
They are most welcome. As I mentioned earlier, the creative sector is globally growing. If you look at India, the government of India have a policy nationally. 7 states have already come with the policy, including Kerala. 8 is in the process. I'm talking about the policy level. And about the education, depends upon which sector he wants to go. IICT is one option in the Institute of Creative Technology. Next year, they will have full-fledged programs. Right now, they have a short programs. Otherwise, they can go and study at NID, National Institute of Design, where even the Suresh sir, who was facilitated today morning, is an NID alumni. He was a master in animation. So I hope I answered. Normally, we would like to talk to the learner, actually. So, because when they talk about animation, finally he says, no, it's not. I want to go and do VFX. So they might be confused. But understanding, see, because of all these tech disruption happening in every sector, all the studios, wherever I go, they talk, we want the foundation strong. Everybody is saying that we want the foundation strong. So whatever they study, they should be very strong. So these are the employers. We have big employers there sitting. So all says we want their fundamentals to be very strong. The technology comes second. So that's it.
I think nowadays there is a lot of talk saying that AI is going to replace all artists. That I don't believe in that. So AI is just a tool. So earlier when we had 2D animation, then the Maya and all that came in, we had 3D thing. So I think just consider this as a tool. AI is not going to replace anyone. But people who know AI is going to replace people who don't know AI. So just go with the flow. I mean, I think you need to be keeping updated with whatever new technologies, anything after AI also. Yeah.
Adding to Philip sir, what he said, like you have to, build your base strong, because we have, while hiring the new artists, we face that problem. There are n number of institutions and small schools where they are saying that they are teaching the VFX or whatever it is, but when we are interviewing them, when we are giving some test, they don't even know the basics. So if you don't have the base strong, nothing works. Like Sanjay said, AI can help. AI can help. There is a creative mind. There should be a creative mind for sure. For that, the base should be strong.
I have a question. I was thinking about that. See, we have different AI models. Can we train an AI model with our own proprietary works without losing it to the outside? When you use other popular platforms, you are using your IP or your expertise outside, because it goes to them. But have you heard about something like that where your work, if Azeem has a style and Azeem's work stays with that AI model and it doesn't go in the public domain? Have you thought about that?
We can do that. There is this platform which is currently called Comfy UI. So it actually you can download and work in your local. You can even train your own models with Comfy UI without any of the data going on the cloud or online. It remains all in your network, just that your GPU power needs to be supporting that. So we've started using that. We have started implementing that in the movies, in our recent movies. Some of the works have been started, but I would say it's still a beta stage. It's not fully incorporated into the VFX pipeline or animation pipeline yet, but yes, it is possible. It's not that far when you create your own model and then train it to do what you want to do.
So
I think for that we should need more GPU power.
GPU.
Comes down to that.
So shall we conclude? Any more questions? Yeah, final. Last one.
Yeah. In VFX and animation, the main constraint has been the time, right? We hear about employee burnouts in studios, even like MAPA and such in foreign countries. Is that the case in our industry, or AI has been a help in that scenario?
To be honest, I think that is dependent on how a company works. Like the pressure or the timeline is defined by the creative head or the producer who takes the work. So what we normally aspire to do is we normally make sure that we have enough buffer time for us to finish the work. But honestly speaking, sometimes it does come down to the wire. But I think it's pretty much same with any similar kind of tech field where you have a lot of unforeseen issues coming up for which you take more time and you finally end up having very little time to do something. But I think nowadays every studio tries to make sure that they give enough time to the employees to finish stuff so that people don't get burned out easily. Why? Because if you make an artist do something very forcefully or with very little time, the output won't be that good, honestly. So we try to give them maximum time so that they can put their creativity and everything in it. But we do work in an industry where time is a very big factor because time is equal to money. So that is where the professionalism comes in. So the artist with more experience and the more professional you are, you will be able to manage that thing within the time. But burnouts do happen, but we try to compensate it by maybe giving them off on another weekend. But AI does, like you asked, since it cuts down on a lot of repetitive process, AI will definitely help us to efficiently manage time, and I hope that leads to lesser burnouts.
Okay, so we'll conclude here. Thank you all for your patience.